Hey, this is Wileen Benson, and you are on the Daily Gratitude Call, where we start every day in gratitude. Gratitude is the highest energy state that we can be in. It creates a frequency of positive vibration that attracts positive experiences into our lives. Hey, everybody, this is Wileen Benson. This is our Daily Gratitude Call. Thank you for joining our call. Those who are here live, I want to give you guys an extra special thank you. And also those who are listening to our podcast. We have, I think, just about all of our regular callers are here today. We have quite a good crowd, big crowd on the call. So I'm super excited for what we get to learn today. Today, we're going to jump into our 90-second meditation, Gratitude for Guardians. Gratitude for Guardians, and we'll see what we get to learn. So 90 seconds, private, silent meditation. Just write down whatever comes to you, your personal inspiration on the subject of gratitude for guardians. Begin. Wow, that seemed like it went super fast. All right. The thought that came to me, I was part of a group of a community, I am part still, of a community called Limitless. There's a Facebook group that there's still interaction that goes on within the Facebook group, the Limitless Tribe, but we did events every month for two years, and it was one of the most I have really fond memories of that time when we were doing those events. The energy that was there was just super powerful, positive, happy, very uplifting and joyful energy. And that came back to me with this word guardians, because I was one of the guardians that was appointed to help not only just to plan the event, but to make sure that the event went smoothly, that it went well. And that was my title, was a guardian. And I thought of, I remembered a couple of times when we actually had people who came to the event who their energy was not the kind of energy that we wanted in the event. And for one particular person, I actually had to escort him to the door and to ask him to leave and not come back. And and as I was just sitting here, the thought came to me that my role as a guardian was to be, I was constantly on the alert, and very those of you who know me, it was a very calm manner that I was on the alert, always with a smile on my face. And nobody ever knew that, only just the closest people to me knew some of the things that were happening underneath the surface, within these events. And as I was thinking about my role as guardian there, it really fits with what I feel the role of the guardians is in the universe, that there are things happening that we are completely unaware of. And that are helping to create a safe environment, a very a way for us to be able to create without having to worry about what's going to happen. Even like the physical laws that keep the planets in motion, I feel like even those physical laws, in a sense, are guardians for us. So I guess kind of bringing this all together is that guardians provide the environment and the space for us to be able to create as humans without having to worry about, all the stuff that could go wrong, like stuff that could happen. We can stay in a positive space. We can participate. We can, be in a feel like we're in a safe environment without having to worry about what might happen. Who else has something they would like to share?
I'll share.
Okay.
So I was just thinking about specific people who have passed on, specifically ancestors. I do believe that each of us have specific people, ancestors who have already died, who are assigned to us specifically, and just the role that they play in giving us divine aid in fulfilling our missions and purposes on the earth, and the ability that they have to intervene physically, not just spiritually.
Thank you. I just want to point out one thing that you shared that is kind of a new idea for me, is that that divine aid to help us fulfill our mission. That part that you said really stuck out to me, because I have known that I even have had people who have had experiences where they have had conversations with, or felt presence. I've even felt a presence of someone beyond, actually someone in the pre-earth life. So I know that those connections do happen. The interesting thought for me is that they probably don't intervene unless it's really important that they do. I feel like there's a separation for a reason, for us to kind of act on faith and to figure our own stuff out. But if there is something that is absolutely needed for us to fulfill our mission, I feel like that would definitely be a reason why they could intervene. So thank you. That's a new concept for me. Who else?
I'll throw some ideas out.
Okay, thanks, Michael.
I thought of guardians as parents or babysitters.
Mm-hmm.
They give us guidelines, they give instructions. We have teachers to instruct us and guide us, in our thoughts. And we have leaders, and we have spiritual leaders, but we also have the unseen leaders in our life, guardians in our life that help us and warn us, which is just mentioned. And then I wrote down, like, guardians are like safety features that are built in.
Mm-hmm.
When we get in our car, we have built-in features to help protect us, warning signs to come off, or, different things to guide us so that we are safe when we, like caution tape, isn't that a guardian to keep us safe? And then, there's like batteries, these new batteries that are in the phone. If you overcharge them, they explode. If you undercharge them, then they can explode too. So they have a guardian in there, controls that allow them to stay within the safe range. And so there's so many things around us that we kind of take for granted, but other people have put safety features to guard us, to allow us to use things. And so there's a lot of things that are unknown to us. And I think that's like you say, when you're just about to do something and that little voice whispers, hey, let's back off from this one. Let's go in this direction. Well, unseen guardian that's helping keep us, protect us, and guide us in our life. Those are some of the thoughts.
Awesome. Thank you. Lots of really interesting concepts to think of. Thank you. Who else?
I have a thought.
Okay. Thanks, Melissa.
I was just thinking about what it means to be guarded and just how good that feels if, you know, you're in a place that's not safe or you feel scared and you have someone who's a guardian for you. And my thoughts have been a lot on Jesus Christ as, you know, this is Easter weekend and Good Friday. And I just think about how he's the ultimate guardian of our souls, how we always can count on him no matter what goes on, no matter how scary a situation can be, just how his atonement covers all injustices and, you know, any kind of unrighteous act that could jeopardize our safety and cause us to need a guardian. We can always rely on him eternally.
Beautiful. Thank you. Any other thoughts?
I was thinking about my children for some reason and feeling that they're the guardians of our family and the leaders and teachers in our home, in my home, and that they surround me, and I'm really grateful for them.
That your children are the guardians of your family, or are you saying that?
Yes, the children are the guardians of our family, that they have this protective sense to protect our family as a unit.
Wow, thank you. That's really, really interesting. And, it just puts me into sort of like the mindset of a child and how just anything is possible. And there's such childlike innocence that, even like a child, all we have to do is pray, God will be there for us, and that angels do exist. And there's so many things in a child's mind that are possible. And, there's just this inherent belief in the power of God. And, it's when we get older and we start taking on limiting beliefs and having experiences where we feel like we can't trust other people, and things like that happen as we get older, that we start to rely fully on ourselves, and that cuts off the ability for anything beyond us to be able to be a guardian. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate you bringing that new awareness.
Welcome.
Any last thoughts before we shift over to our permission process?
I was just thinking about the built-in guardian that we have, that when we turn our attention and give it more power, how it creates fear about everything. And I just think a lot of people are experiencing that right now by just, it runs pretty well on its own. It doesn't need extra attention. It's very capable.
So are you saying that in your situation that you're talking about, that the guardian would be something like putting your guard up, that putting your attention on fear puts the guard up? Is that what you're saying, or am I misunderstanding?
Yeah. It
Okay.
actually, it adds energy to being on guard by by focusing on things that
Mhm.
cause fear, you know. So
Awesome. Yeah, kind of taking that back around full circle to what I was sharing, that when we allow the guardians to, help us feel just inherently safe, then we can act and move without fear, without, with total trust. But if we focus on the fear, then all of a sudden that feeling of having to be guarded takes away that feeling of inherently being safe. And yeah, totally different energy. Any last thoughts before we shift over to our permission process? All right, let's go ahead and take a deep breath. And just take note of what your energy is right now. Maybe just notice in your body if you are feeling tense, your chest, shoulders, trap muscles, maybe your neck, your back. Just take note right now whether you are feeling totally relaxed and believing that you are inherently safe, that there are guardians all around you that take care of, that keep the seasons and the planets, and that you are guarded by angels, that you will be supported. If you're feeling that, and just the relaxed feeling that provides, or if you are feeling guarded, as Phil has mentioned, that focused on fear, maybe believing that you can't trust yourself to let your guard down, just take note right now what the natural energy of your body is, and listen to what your body, that natural energy, is telling you. And go ahead and write some things down that you're starting to understand about just the natural resting state of your body, your mind, your heart, your spirit. What is your natural resting state? Is it guarded, or is it trust? And as you're becoming more aware of what your natural resting state is, just listen for the limiting belief that that might be showing up for you. And with that limiting belief comes a cost. There is always an outcome that is produced with a really strong belief that has emotion to it. And limiting beliefs are definitely strong beliefs that have emotion. So what outcome, what result, what consequence does that limiting belief bring? And if you don't like that outcome, you have the choice right now. You can choose to let go of that limiting belief and to produce a different outcome. So if you're ready to give yourself permission to let go of that limiting belief and produce a different outcome, say yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. And so let's go ahead and choose some new beliefs. What are some 2 or 3 new beliefs that will replace that old limiting belief, will allow you to step outside of that energy that it has been creating, and also to produce a totally different outcome? What are the new beliefs that will serve you and support you in feeling inherently safe, feeling naturally in a rested, calm state, peaceful, and also that will help you let go of that limiting belief that you had before? And it might seem too simple that all you have to do is just change the words, but really that's really all it takes. That's what turns you from focusing on fear to focusing on what you want to create, and just knowing that these guardians that we have placed around us, that God has put in place, all the different things that keep our world inherently safe are already there. With all of that, know that it is possible just by making the choice, just by giving yourself permission to change your words, change your beliefs. In that list of new beliefs, I invite you to breathe those in. Just take them into your body and envision how they become part of you, and that they actually relax your muscles, that they give confidence to the heart, that they nourish the soul, that they strengthen and give nutrition to your cells, and that your body becomes healthier, stronger, more at peace, more relaxed, and that you feel the changes in the body that you're noticing as you're bringing these new beliefs in. Write those down. And in a sense, these new beliefs are guardians. You're putting them in place to help to guard you, to provide a safe environment for you to be able to continue forward, creating strongly, powerfully, confidently, without having to worry about anything else around you. That the focus can be on your creation, and that these new beliefs are the guardians that keep fear at bay. And now being in this calm, peaceful state, ready to move forward, knowing that these guardians have got your back. What is the one most important thing for you to do today? What is your inspired shortcut today? And whatever that is, trust that it is perfect, because you are on the perfect energy to receive. You're on the same wavelength as God. You're in that same peaceful, calm state that He lives constantly. And so you can trust that it is perfect, that it's correct, that it's right. It's the one thing that you need to do today. In a moment, I'm going to open it up for some shares. And I also want to offer myself as a resource for anyone who feels like they would like to have a conversation with me. All you have to do is just go to askwylene.com, and that will take you directly to my calendar, and you can schedule a 15-minute call. Askwylene.com, and that's a free resource that you can have to have a conversation with me that is life-changing. From every call that I have, there's one thing that has surfaced that when you know that one thing, it allows you to move forward. And I can promise you that it'll be amazing. So askwylene.com if you are interested in having that call with me. Who has something that they would like to share about their experience today? I'll just share that this was a new concept for me, and it totally, just feels really good that my new beliefs are guardians. That is, I'm just super excited to have that new awareness.
I wanted to share that my limiting belief was that I'm not safe, that I'm not protected, and my new belief is that my new beliefs are that I am safe, I'm protected, I'm prepared, I'm surrounded by angels and guardians, I'm trusting and peaceful, I'm in flow and abundance, I am nourished.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you, Tyree. I appreciate you sharing all of those new beliefs. I'm sure I know those are very helpful for me. Thank you. Any last thoughts before we end our call today?
I'll share.
Okay. Thanks, Tammy.
So my limiting belief was that I'll get hurt if I trust. And my new beliefs are I discover beautiful, strengthening experiences by trusting. I have control over what I allow to affect and influence me. I live in complete trust always. And that's what I have so far.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you.
I have a thought.
Okay. Thanks, Rachel.
My new belief is I belong to the whole, and it just makes me feel this presence of being completely protected and at peace and rest inside this space of wholeness with everything that God's created.
Wow, beautiful. I love that idea of belonging to the whole, because a lot of times, we do feel kind of naked. We feel like we're all alone in this with God, of course, and guardians surrounding us or whatever. But to believe that we are one with the whole, that we're part of the whole, that just feels like a warm, cozy blanket. Thank you. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for sharing your thoughts. Thanks for what we created today. And also thanks for sharing, those of you who did, about your experience, your new beliefs. I'm just always so grateful that people are vulnerable to share what their thoughts are, because I know every single one of us at some point has felt not safe, or that we couldn't trust, or whatever. And it's just really empowering, I think, for all of us when one person shares. It helps to empower all of us. So thank you so much. Thank you for being with us today. Today's Friday, so we won't be here Saturday and Sunday. I encourage you to continue your daily GPS, your daily gratitude practice. Have a wonderful Easter weekend. I'm super excited for what we get to learn over this weekend as we add that additional piece of Christ's atonement, his sacrifice for us, and how that applies to us. And it's just always I love holidays, because it gives us pause to just consider things in a different light. And Easter is a wonderful time to do that, to be able to sit with Christ. So encourage you to have an awesome weekend of gratitude. And then we will be back together on Monday morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks so much for listening. And I encourage you to tune in every day to the Daily Gratitude Call. And the Daily Gratitude Call happens live every weekday morning. We'd love to have you join. So to find out how to join live, go to my website, WileenBenson.com. Thanks for tuning in.